Hi guys, Corvus here. Today I'm going to share with you the best build to farm goblins. Well, maybe not the best, but my favorite, with my favorite class, the Barbarian. Okay, as base we're going to be using the Grab of the Wasted set. All the pieces. Helm, shoulders, chest, gloves, pants, and boots. Gems, we want a yellow gem in the helm, just to reduce the cost of Whirlwind. It's going to be our main ability to kill things and move through the maps. In the chest and the pants, you can use actually end gems. It could be resistance, it could be strength. For weapons, we want the Volcato set. This is going to give you increased attack speed and movement speed while using Whirlwind. And we want green gems, the best you have. For the belt, we're going to be using the Lamentation belt. So Rend will be doing more damage on the enemies. The rings. On one ring, we want to be using the Rachel Ring of Larceny. This is going to fear the enemy from time to time and give us increased movement speed. Also, for the gem, we want the Grab of Lightning. This is going to give you increased speed also from time to time. In the other ring, we are going to be using the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. This is going to reduce cooldowns, mainly, well, for all the abilities. We want the Taeguk gem. This is going to give you some resistance and some damage. For the neck, we want the Flavor of Time. This is going to make those pylons last longer. And for the gem, we want to use the Boon of the Hoarder. We want to use one gem with at least rank 25. This is going to give you a lot of speed when you are backtracking in a map, because once you pick up the gold, it's going to really be noticeable. And for the bracers, we're going to use the Warsatian Armor Guards, if that's pronounced like that. This is going to give you a little boost of speed every time you break an object, and you will be doing that a lot, so it's also a very good item to get speed. For the cube, we're going to be using the Echoing Fury. This will give you strength and speed also. We're going to be using the Chelanix Chain. This is going to give you also speed every time you shout. And the Skull Grasp, you could use instead of this the Ambush Pride only for Season 20. Once Season 20 ends, you could change it for this. It's just going to help a little bit to kill things. I'm also recommending you to do your farming in Torment 11, maybe lower if your equipment is not very good. And for abilities, the main one will be Whirlwind. I'm using the Wind Shear rune, just so we don't run out of fury when we are moving really fast. For Rend, this is going to be your choice, really, doesn't really matter. I recommend using the Bloodbath rune, so it will help to kill those enemies faster. We're going to be using Battle Rage, Ferocity, just to get another 15% movement speed increase. We're going to be using Sprint, the Marathon rune, just to get a little more speed. We're going to be using Wrath of the Berserker. It doesn't matter which rune, actually, because you get the movement speed increase with any rune. The Warcry, it doesn't matter which rune, I'm using the impunity one just to get a little more resistance, but it doesn't really matter. The nerfs of steel you could actually change. I'm using it because I'm doing this in hardcore, so just to be a little more safer, I don't want to die. The pound of flesh, this is going to give you a little more speed every time you pick up a health glow. Berserker Rage, well, you are going to be almost at full rage all the time, so this will help you to kill things faster. Also Rampage, it's going to stack up your strength and, well, kill things faster also. Alright, so how do you use abilities? The main one will be Whirlwind. It's going to be used all the time. The second one, the Rend. It's only going to be actually useful if you are using the Ambush Pride in the cube. If you are past season 20 and you are not using the Ambush Pride there, you could change it for anything else that you like. Actually, because you are going to be farming in Torment 11 or lower maybe, you don't really need it to kill things, so don't worry too much about it. The Warcry, you are going to be using the Warcry as much as you can because it's going to give you a little boost of speed every time you use it. The Battle Rage, you want to use it every 2 minutes. The Sprint rune, you want to use this ideally every 4 seconds to get the most speed possible. And the Wrath of the Berserker, you want to be spamming this whenever it's available. Okay, just a little extra. If you are past season 20 and you want to find a good replacement for the Rend ability, you could change it for the Furious Charge, maybe with the Merciless Assault rune, just to make the cooldown comes faster, and fill those gaps between you and a group of enemies. The main things that I like about this build, about this Barbarian build, compared to the Monk or to the Witch Doctor, that are, quite fast, is that you can control a lot more how fast you are going. Maybe you want top speed, you are going to be spamming everything as much as you can. But maybe you are inside a cave, and if you are going too fast, you are going to be hitting walls and backtracking a bit because you cannot really control it. So if that's the case, you could be maybe not hitting sprint as much, or maybe not shouting with Warcry whenever it's available. But maybe you are doing some corridors and you want full speed. So one of the great things about this build is that you can have a lot more control on your speed. Also, if you compare it to the Monk, that it's dashing like crazy, sometimes it's a little hard to control where your dash is going to end. If you are in corridors, fine. Maybe it could be better. But if you are inside a cave, you are going to be hitting walls, and you are going to be losing resources and not being as efficient as possible. Also, compared to the Witch Doctor, to the chicken farming build, I found, let me know if this happened to you also, that sometimes when you are farming, you tend to trigger the dead sounds of the monsters just in a little bit of a weird way. And sometimes that tends to cover the goblin sounds. I found more than once that when farming with witch doctors, that you pass through a zone, you don't hear anything, you don't see any goblins, but you backtrack maybe because you want to pick up something and you find a goblin. So you could possibly be losing some goblins while farming with witch doctors just because of this. Alright, so let's take it for a spin. Bad joke, I know. Let's go to Act 2, the Ancient Waterway. And we can prepare using Warcry, Battle Rage. And I'm going to be pretty much trying to keep up all the abilities. You really want to avoid distracting yourself. Oh, look, goblins. By picking things that you don't need. In this case, I always want mats. Okay, we are done with the Western channel. Pretty fast, right? Let's do the other channel. And I really recommend you not to bother too much trying to clear everything. Just do the level. If you find the entrance right away, go to the next one. Remember, this is just a process of luck. The luck here is the main thing. So just trust that if there was meant to happen, it was meant to happen. If not, just keep going. Don't bother yourself trying to find every goblin in every map in every corner. So it could take you maybe a little time to get used to mostly be spamming the sprint ability to get more speed, and maybe remembering that every time you shout you're going to have also a speed increase. But after a little while you will see that you have a lot more control than other builds to farm goblins. For the companion, it actually doesn't matter. I tend to choose Enchantress. I've seen that some people choose the Enchantress and leave some of the abilities without selecting. I found that, for example, the Forceful Push, it's really useful when you finish a map, are moving to the next one to farm, and there comes a monster. And you know that if it hits you, it's going to interrupt the teleport. But a lot of times, this little ability just push the monsters away for that extra seconds that you needed to teleport out. So I like it. This one, you don't really need it in Torment 11, but when you are in a map with a lot of monsters that are throwing things at you, it's useful. This one doesn't really matter, but it doesn't hurt either. And this one I really like. Maybe it doesn't seem like much, but 3% attack speed, it's always nice. So I hope you give this one a try if you haven't. If you are maybe bored of using the monk or the witch doctor to farm goblins. And please let me know if you have another set of items using the Barbarian to farm goblins. It will be I'm always looking for new little improvements and tweaks just to keep it interesting and kind of new as much as possible. I hope you like this video and that it gives you a new way to farm goblins, maybe a faster or more efficient way. That will be the goal. Thanks for watching and see you the next time. Bye.